So, what if the biggest roadblock to your organization's success isn't what you think it is? Today, we're going to break down a really powerful blueprint for unlocking value by focusing on the one thing that connects every single challenge: humanology.
Look, every organization out there is trying to navigate this maze of complexity, right? You've got tangled supply chains, regulations that change overnight, and endless tech disruptions. And the standard playbook? Well, it's usually to throw more technology at the problem. Maybe another process, a new system, but what happens when those solutions are just a band-aid on a much, much deeper issue?
It kind of forces you to ask a deeper question. Once you peel back all those layers, the spreadsheets, the legal docs, the org charts, what is really, truly at the core, driving every single success and every single failure?
People. Yep, it's the simplest answer and honestly the most profound. Every single challenge, whether it's tax compliance or market share, is ultimately a human challenge. And understanding this isn't just some feel-good philosophy, it is a serious strategic advantage. This is the very core of the humanology approach.
So, let's see how this actually works in the real world, especially when the pressure's on. We'll start with some high-stakes problem solving, where navigating crisis and complexity is everything.
Okay, check out this scenario. Project Garuda was in a total corporate nightmare. We're talking massive tax arrears, the threat of legal action, and a director who was literally grounded, couldn't travel. Now, the solution wasn't just about crunching numbers. It was about understanding the human pressure point and acting decisively. That travel ban, they got it cleared in just 4 hours. This wasn't just fixing a tax issue, this was resolving a human crisis with absolute precision.
And you see the same principle pop up with government gridlock. A really critical import approval for Burness was stuck in the system for 6 long months. The problem wasn't the paperwork, it was the human machinery behind it. By stepping in, facilitating communication, and just clarifying who owned the decision, the whole thing got unblocked. It's all about understanding how the people in the system work so you can get things moving again.
And this example, wow, this really shows the depth of the approach. When government agencies merge, sure, the obvious challenges are legal and operational, but the hidden risks, those are emotional. You have staff dealing with uncertainty, a loss of identity. Humanology guided this whole transition by focusing on both the mechanics and the human impact, which made sure the whole thing was stable and successful.
Solving a crisis is one thing, for sure. But what happens when you use this human-centric approach proactively to unlock potential before there's even a problem? That's where we get into transforming culture and mindset.
So here, the challenge wasn't some big emergency, but that quiet, persistent drain, uneven motivation across the company. Instead of some generic one-size-fits-all solution, the approach was to go deep. They actually did a study to find the real drivers of motivation and then built a specific framework to address them.
And the result of taking that time to understand the people? Get this, an 11-point jump in employee motivation in less than a year, hitting an 83% score. I mean, this is hard proof that focusing on what drives your people isn't some soft skill. It's a strategic move that delivers real, measurable results.
With this one, the diagnosis was absolutely key. Kumpalam Al-Bukhari had amazing talent, great assets, but productivity had just flatlined. And the root cause? It wasn't a lack of skill. It was a mindset that was just stuck in a comfort zone. Realizing that changed everything. The solution wasn't another training course. It was a series of targeted interventions designed to shift the entire culture toward accountability and thinking like an entrepreneur.
This is just a brilliant example of reframing. On the surface, the problem looked operational. Why are parcels being delayed? But the humanology approach reframed it as a human problem. Who truly owns this parcel's journey? By turning staff into entrepreneurial partners, they replace just following the rules with genuine ownership. And that single shift changes the whole game. Okay, so we've navigated crises and transformed cultures. Now let's connect all of this to the ultimate goal: driving strategic growth. This is where a human-centric approach directly hits the bottom line: market share and brand power.
So how does a major auto player like Perodua capture even more of the market? Well, their strategy wasn't just about marketing or engineering. Nope, it started with their people. They directly linked transforming their workforce to their business goals by coaching high-potential talent on real-world projects.
And the result of investing in their people? A staggering 40% market share within 1 year. This is the ultimate proof. Investing in your people isn't an expense. It's a direct driver of market dominance.
Here we see a huge strategic shift in perception. ASP Medical was having a tough time selling to the government. And why? Because they were speaking the language of a vendor. The solution was to reframe their entire value proposition to speak the language of government, focusing on things like compliance, risk, and procurement. They stopped being a seller and became a trusted partner.
And finally, a branding challenge. How does a beloved brand like Sidi Khadija expand without losing its soul? By going back to the source. What do their customers, their people, truly value? That insight led directly to a strategic pivot, transforming their showrooms from just stores into unique destination experiences. So, as we've seen across all these really diverse cases, from tax disputes all the way to market domination, there is a consistent thread running through it all, a proven philosophy. Let's put all the pieces together and look at the Humanology blueprint.
So, the core blueprint is pretty clear. It's about reframing issues as ownership challenges. It's about applying behavioral interventions to address mindset, not just talent. It's about acting as a trusted facilitator to cut through the red tape, shifting perception from just a vendor to a real partner. And at its heart, it's about understanding the human dynamics behind every single business challenge.
So I'll leave you with this final question. Think about the biggest problem you're facing in your organization right now. After everything we've just seen, what if that technical or operational or financial challenge isn't really that at all? What if your biggest challenge has always been a human one?
That's the Humanology blueprint. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.